Stu and Dave Do America present vocal cords versus 2 packs a day.
Okay, listen, while we're in the bathroom, can you show me how to use this?
I don't even know what it is.
A menstrual disc.
That's disgusting. What is that for?
Yes.
Harvey Firestein.
I don't know how to use that. That's after my time.
Wow, is that what Graham Platter looks like?
Yeah, I tell you, it's not shocking, though, if you've ever been through a lunch line in the 1980s
Yes.
in elementary school. Mm-hmm. Every single lunch lady.
You think about it, because I had the exact same experience. I don't know why those would be the people we'd be putting around our food, but
those were the ones.
People with the most cigarettes. They were the most around the food.
Oh, they absolutely. Some of them had cigarettes hanging out of their mouth. They were like, "You want some more dinosaur McNuggets?" Yeah, you do.
Oh my!
I ashed in them.
Mm-hmm. That's what gave it a little smoky flavor.
It did,
all
yes.
right.
That's
all
true.
right. Yeah.
We just allowed that.
It's just like barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a lot to get to today. We have stuff on the election coming up, and we also have a fascinating night in New York last night. Let's do the star-studded NBA Finals. Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. Welcome again. It's myself, Stu Bergier, along with Dave Landau.
Ahoy, and we meet again.
And today we meet again on Dave's birthday.
Thank you.
He's a big boy.
Thank you.
I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How old are you, Dave?
28.
28. You look
28.
so older than 61.
Doctor says I'm going to die very soon.
very
Pretty aggressive illness.
Yeah. That's sad to hear.
Yep.
But let's not spend any time on that.
Nope.
We'll talk more about your tour dates.
44.
44. Congratulations. 44 years old. You're still going all around the country with an incredible travel schedule, including going to Arkansas this week.
Yeah, that's right. This weekend I will be in Little Rock, Arkansas, then Catch Me at Comedy Mothership, then Huntsville, Alabama. Come on, guys. Come out to the show. And also Salt Lake City, Utah in September.
Yeah, don't miss it. DaveLandau.com for tickets. Also want to tell you before we get on to the main topic of the day, tonight's an election night. I've got a primary tonight. I think 4 states going on tonight. If you want the best election coverage, we're going to be doing that on Predictable kind of all day. If you go to youtube.com/@predictableshow or go to predictableshow.com. We're doing a bunch of live streams today. We'll preview what's going on in the election tonight. Hopefully make you some money on this as well. And as we go through, we'll go through the results as they're happening. So when the polls close, come check us out on YouTube at Predictable Show. I think we're going to be doing some election coverage as well on the BlazeTV YouTube channel tonight. Yeah, so lots of good stuff. If you want to know what's going to happen in the election, you want to make some money off of it with prediction markets, both are great options if you join us. And of course, join us at blazetv.com as well.
Where do you lay these prediction guesses?
Ooh, Dave. Well, you can go to any of the prediction markets, but the 2 big ones in America are Kalshi and Polymarket. Have you heard these terms?
I've not. That's why I'm wondering.
No, it's these prediction markets.
And I have friends that have asked because they.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm actually asking because I'm sure they're watching. So.
Yeah, come check it out. Kalshi, Polymarket are the 2 big ones in America. There's a few others. Predict It is another one, but you can go and check these out. You can. We're doing very well, I will say, Dave. Very well in the election so far. Now the fingers crossed because you never know when you're going to start screwing up. But so far, we've basically won everything. So hopefully that continues.
Did you bet that Pratt would lose?
I did.
Yeah,
yes,
smart.
Pratt would lose. I had Rahman coming back to get to second, which was a good play as well. Paxton here in Texas. But again, I was talking about this yesterday on the show. I talked to so many people that are like, of course this is happening. It's fraud, right? Which I totally get, right? Like watching this election play out, I don't know for a fact it's fraud yet because I haven't seen that evidence.
Right.
But the way it plays out, it certainly feels that way. But like that's what prediction markets are great at. I don't know that I can figure out a way for you to solve fraud. It's just out there and it's going to happen probably. But if you know it's going to happen in your heart and you're like, screw this, this is what's going to happen. You go on these prediction markets, you can make, the Rahman pick, when I took it, which was election day, was at an 8% chance to win. So if you have 8%, it goes up to 100, 100% if she wins. And so it's more than 10 times your money. About 12 times your money.
That's incredible.
Right. And so like, if you're like, I know California's going to be fraudulent, there are opportunities out there for you to cash in on that belief.
That is very incredible.
It's kind of fun.
Especially, yeah, that's a good call you made.
Thank you.
Especially when you think there might be fraud. They do something that looks just like fraud, and then you profit off of it as if it were fraud.
You know what? I mean, if they're going to profit off of us all the time, maybe we should be doing the same thing to them. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, no, I think it's beautiful, and I'm being quite sincere.
Yes. Hey, you got to pay for those Knicks tickets somehow, right?
You do.
You do, and they're very, very
and
expensive.
the jerseys that are torn off you if you're a Spurs fan.
Yes. Oh, I will say, going into this, Dave, I don't have a rooting interest particularly in this series. I grew up in Connecticut. I paid attention to those 90s New York teams and at times really wanted them to win, but I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm also not I live in Texas now. I'm not a Spurs fan. I like the Mavs a little bit, but I just don't have a massive rooting interest in the NBA. I love watching it, but I don't have a massive rooting interest. I will say, after watching the footage, that some of this we're going to show you here in a minute, I now officially want the Knicks to lose. I want them to lose, partially, number one, because of Timothée Chalamet's stupid outfit.
Yes.
Whatever that I don't even know what that was. We'll show it to you here in a minute. And secondly, the fact that they were going around beating the heck out of Spurs fans for what? Supporting their team?
Yeah, they're wearing a different millionaire shirt.
Right.
So that's why they feel they should be hurt.
Yes.
Yeah, I also I enjoyed the Pistons. I like the Tigers. I've never felt the need to physically hurt anybody over wearing a different jersey, because this is why I hate sports fans and love sports.
Yes. And look, I'm an Eagles fan. So
No, I know. Your people are terrible.
I mean, I felt like it had to be said. That said, I have never wanted to beat up somebody with another jersey.
No, most
people are
most Eagles fans don't either.
Right. And I would say probably most Knicks fans don't either. But watching those streets that I used to go to every single day, right around Penn
That's
Station.
why. That's right where I used to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Also, where what's his name? I don't know his name. Yeah, but I'm sure you can even pronounce it if you looked at his ID. But went around and stabbed a bunch of people the other day.
Oh yeah,
that was like 12 feet from this.
Yeah, I will say, Knicks game or not, it did feel like you would get stabbed every time you walked into that building.
Yes,
that was every train ride I went on. I was like, am I going to get stabbed today? It seemed like most days I would be.
Yeah, the Jackie Gleason statue out front feels very, very old.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not the place you.
That's the one, right?
I don't know. The Jackie Gleason statue.
Oh no, that was the bus station.
Okay, bus station. Yeah.
Either way, it's all right there, and it's all. New York sucks now. I'm just gonna say it's just the worst now.
It's tough.
It used to be the best city.
If you have a certain amount of money, right? Like if you happen to be, let's say, a Mayor Mamdani, you can pull it off in a way that's pretty darn great. Most of the time, but you still are going to be put into situations like this when you're walking into a Knicks game, and it's out of control. You can't control that environment. I mean, you really can't. Let me give you some of the background.
Bring back the mob.
Yeah, in case.
Bring back the mob.
If they ever existed. We're not saying they existed.
No, of course
That's
they
not
didn't.
what we're saying.
But I'm saying if the five families had existed.
Bring them back
The
immediately.
new Gotti kid keeps getting arrested right and left too. Have you seen those articles?
No, is he?
It's nuts. And go on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let me give you a little bit more background, because we kind of talked about this before telling you if you didn't see any of it. First of all, let's talk about the Donald Trump part of this. Trump draws a much different reaction in NBA Finals than he did at the CFP national title game. One of the things we did on Unpredictable last week was take these markets that we had never looked at and guess what the percentage was. And one of them was, will Donald Trump attend a finals game? And I was like, I don't know. Trump he got a great reaction, and he usually does at sporting events, NHL, college football. He loves that, and I think he loves that. But going to a Knicks game right now, in the middle of all this, where he's not necessarily the most popular guy in the world in New York, I figured he didn't want to deal with the booing. He proved me wrong.
You feel that there were different people in attendance than the NHL?
Yes. Yes.
What happened?
It's a slightly different crowd.
No, he got booed.
He got booed very badly.
Well, a lot of it's just liberals too.
Right, it's just liberals. I will say I have a little anecdote as to the context of this moment from someone inside the arena. I'll tell you about it next.
Shrines and bright stars through the perilous
I feel bad for the dude singing.
Yeah, I know.
He worked hard to get there, and you're ruining it for him.
Also, our freaking country, which is this is the national anthem, and you're booing it. The flag was on the screen right before and after this, so the flag got some strays. It's not ideal.
It never happened. But if I wouldn't have removed my hat during the national anthem, my dad would have hit me.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't have hit my kids, but I would correct them.
Well, now I'm just saying he would have given me a tap or
Yeah.
take it off. I don't mean he would have like abused me severely.
I didn't mean to suggest that, but I know what you're saying. Like you would be like, "Hey, what are you doing? Take your hat off."
And my son knows
respect.
better. The second that starts, he takes his hat off.
Now, what I will say about this, I talked to a friend of mine has Knicks season tickets, which, by the way, he had for sale on. He has good seats, but not great, I would say.
It's Knicks seats. None of them are great.
Yeah.
Zing.
But they're not like the Chalamet seats. You know what I mean? You go on the front row. They're pretty good seats. But he was selling them. He put them at one point, listed them on StubHub for like over $20,000 per seat.
Are you serious?
He wound up deciding not to sell them and going to the game. So he's at the game.
Oh my gosh, I would have sold them immediately.
I know. Well, I think he sold some of the playoff runs. He's paid for his whole season tickets just from this playoff.
Oh, I'm sure
already. But what he said was, look, there's not a lot of Trump fans in that building, but it's not without Trump fans. He said the reason why the boos were so passionate, 90 minutes to get in the door because of security. 90 minutes. Once you arrived, it took 90 minutes to get to your seat. He said people were so annoyed, not necessarily at Trump's politics, but just at how irritating the experience was. And they canceled that whole watch party outside, which was like a big thing in New York. Everyone was talking about how much fun they were having. They canceled it because Trump security, a totally appropriate reason why you would cancel something like that in that moment. But that's what he said, that it was additionally bad for Trump because of that. Everybody in the arena had just gone through that experience.
Perhaps if people stopped trying to shoot him every time he goes somewhere, it wouldn't be that difficult.
That's a great point.
I'm just thinking.
Try not to assassinate the president constantly, and maybe your sporting event experience would
they
be
might be a
better.
little more lax and not looking for John Malkovich's in the line of fire wooden gun.
Wow, that's a deep one. That was a deep.
Thank you.
I like that. I like
It's
that.
true though. I mean, just try, and also it's already bad enough. Go to any concert. Women have to have like a clear bag.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and what are you going to do in New York if they don't let you in with something? Take the train home and then all the way back? You're going to be real pissed off then.
You are. So the Knicks had won 12 straight playoff games.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever maybe what happened one time with the Warriors, maybe once before, but this is one of the great playoff runs of all time. They kind of were not seen as a favorite by any means to win the championship. They were rolling through. They won 2 games against the favored Spurs in San Antonio. And then, as we're leading up to this game, Stephen A. Smith, the commentator, says, if Trump goes to this game and the Knicks lose this game, everyone's going to blame the Knicks. Trump was actually asked about this moment. Here's what he said.
Mr. President, ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith, who was talking about running for president, said he would blame you if the Knicks lost the game. How do you respond to that?
I think he's a nice guy, but you need a certain aptitude to run for president. You need a high IQ. I'm not sure that Stephen has that.
So, a little back and forth, kind of funny. I will say, if the Knicks lose this series, it's hard to explain what it's like in New York in a moment like this. The only one I can compare it to, honestly, and I was born in New York. I grew up in Connecticut. I listened to New York sports radio my whole life.
Oh, that's all like one area.
It's all
East Coast. Yeah.
That city doesn't get dominated by anything. Like I went to the Super Bowl there. People barely noticed it was occurring. The only thing I could compare to it was the 94 Rangers Stanley Cup after a million years of them not winning. It was just an absolutely just madness in that city around that particular event, which was 94, I think. I remember it being right around the OJ. It was right around the OJ thing. And the Knicks were in the finals, I think, at the same time. Like that time was really, really crazy. And it was
John Van Wiesbrock was on that. I think he was on that, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was. I think was he? I don't know.
He might have been on the Panthers at that point. Anyway,
I don't remember. Anyway,
my uncle's brother.
Yeah. I think you told me that. He was great.
He's incredible.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Frank was actually better. He was just too insane.
Oh, really?
To go into the NHL.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's quite a line too. If too insane for the NHL,
he hurt people.
Yeah,
but Frank was Johnny was an amazing goalie.
Yeah, he was incredible.
But yeah, no, that one I can see though what you're saying. Yeah,
I'm saying if they lose this series and after 12 in a row, and then Trump goes, they already don't like the guy. They're already not fans. They're going to have to add another 6 blocks of security around anytime he visits that city. I will say, because they're already trying to kill him every time he steps foot anywhere. Right. So it's going to get really, really ugly if the Knicks.
I would avoid anything involving sports.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to blame you for it, that's just more people who want to kill you.
Why can't they blame Mom Donnie? Mom Donnie went.
I would blame Mom Donnie.
I blame Mom Donnie for everything.
I think it's, well, I really do.
Yes.
Especially what happens on the streets outside.
Yes.
I largely blame Mom Donnie.
Right. I will say he does deserve every bit of that. Mom Donnie reveals how much he spent for a Knicks Game 3 ticket. Now, what's important about this, look, Mom Donnie's a rich guy, not like Trump rich. I mean, but he's,
in personality.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars at the very least, right? He's making per year right now and is a famous
God
guy.
knows what else he's embezzling.
Yes, I'm sure millions, allegedly. But the thing about him was it wouldn't be surprising for a mayor to go see a game.
No.
Not at all. But this is a guy who basically has tried to make, as part of his campaign, the fact that tickets are too expensive as this like populist cause. Like he was going to I want to pass a law to stop the World Cup tickets from being too expensive. All this nonsense, which he has no control over. Then he spends a bunch of money on a Knicks game. The hypocrisy, as you'd expect, is everywhere in this particular situation. Here he is talking about how much he spent on the ticket.
I bought my tickets for nearly $1,000 from Madison Square Garden. I'll be going to tonight's Game 3, and I'll be standing for the duration of the game.
Oh my God, he's in standing room only. What a trooper.
Here's the thing. Normally I would say anything to trash him.
Yes.
But it's $1,000 for a ticket, which isn't that crazy anymore.
No.
Every concert I go to, I'm like, well, if I got to buy 3 of them, it's $2,000.
Yeah, no.
If I don't want to sit on a lawn, or if I actually want to see the band, like everything's crazy now.
I will say this though, Dave.
No, but I hate him.
Can I get back to...
Can I be hypocritical? I'm like, oh, bastard.
Yes, 100. Look, it's not that $700. I think $700 to $1,000. They are the rumors how much he spent. Not that much for a Knicks playoff game at all. In fact, it's a very cheap price. The reason why it's cheap is because, as he said, he bought it from Madison Square Garden. I got news for you. Those tickets weren't available. The normal person could not buy them from Madison Square Garden. You could buy them on StubHub for 5 times the price, but you couldn't go to Madison Square Garden and buy Knicks playoff tickets the week of. That's not a thing.
No, that's true. But he is the mayor. I mean, he should be able to get even the mayor, right?
This is where I come back to this all the time, Dave. I have no problem with rich, powerful people getting things that they want. In fact, it's the reason why we all try to be rich.
Right.
Because we want to be able to enjoy awesome things.
I just like to be powerful.
Yeah, Dave's just the powerful type. I was going to say.
You found him? I know you were going to say.
I edited myself.
I've been trying to get men to break into my house since yesterday's show.
I want you to know, boys and girls, I edited that. Dave said it anyway. I tried.
Stu edited himself, everybody.
See, this is the problem. We talked about Graham Plattner yesterday, and it was in my head.
We're going to come out.
Okay. So, if you want to be rich and powerful, you want to be an elitist, right? Like people say, oh, gosh, he's an elitist. I strive to be an elite. I hope to be elite one day. Yeah. I hope when I grow up to be a big boy at some point in my life, I will be an elitist. That's great. I want to be an elitist. I have no problem with that. Trump is like that. Sometimes he'll be like, oh, people are calling you an elitist. He goes, yeah, kind of. Like, yeah, he's a freaking billionaire. Yeah, he's an elitist. It doesn't mean you have to act like a douche. Like,
have you ever flown private?
I only with Glenn.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
And I when I first did it a couple of times, I'm like, I feel like a douche.
Yeah.
And now every time I sit in a 3-row seat, I feel like a douche.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I want private again.
It's better.
I want it. Yes, because you're better than everyone.
Yeah, you know what? It's a great experience.
That's the truth. I'm already objectively better than most people out there.
Obviously, that's what we all say.
I think we know that. Come on.
No, totally. You're totally.
Honestly, if you look at the world, look at the people we're looking at.
They're terrible. They're all
most
awful.
people are trash. So it's just a matter of like but
I have no problem with him doing. I have no problem with Mom Donnie saying, "I'm the mayor of this freaking city. I want to get in there. There's somebody I know that's going to give me a favor." I don't even care about that. What I care about is the hypocrisy. I care about a person who is sitting here lecturing us about how expensive tickets are to the World Cup, how he's going to change capitalism so that people can't buy the tickets, or that organizations, in this case, a stadium that's hosting a soccer tournament, they can't make as much money as they want to make. He's going to control capitalism. He's going to be the guy that's the arbitrator of all commerce. And yet he's going to take advantage of his standing as mayor of the town to go to a freaking game he wants to go see.
I agree.
They're all the same. They do this. They all say it's every global warming activist, Dave. Yep. Everyone who goes to hop on the private jet, they all take the private jet. It's not wrong for you to take the private jet because you're not telling me how to live.
No.
Right? If you want to tell me I can't have an SUV and then you're hopping on a private jet, that's what pisses me off.
No, I agree. If he wants to be so true about his stances, which obviously he's not, he shows that every single time, you can have your cake and also eat it too, sitting down Indian style, surrounded by people wearing bed sheets.
And eating all the cake with your hands.
That's right. It's just, who does that? There's forks here. We have a country with forks. Like, I'm not saying you have to adapt to everything. No, you should adapt to most things we do.
Yeah,
maybe it's a language and forks. I'll take chopsticks. I get it.
Yeah, I went to an Asian restaurant last night. My kid wanted sushi.
Yeah.
We went there.
Like sushi too.
You know, it's weird. Yeah. I was like, I don't remember my entire life until I was about 30 ever even seeing a restaurant that served it. Like, I feel like it was not even a thing when I was a kid.
My friend's mom was Asian, so we had it for the first time when I was like 12, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember thinking raw fish.
Me too. I
terrible.
would never try it, even though Splinter ate it.
Yeah. Oh yeah?
Yeah, Ninja Turtles.
There you go. I'd forgotten about it. I thought it was all pizza.
No, well, he would have sushi. The teens would have pizza.
Oh, okay. There you go. My point here is that...
This is important.
This is very important. My point here is that totally fine for you to be an elitist. You could do what you want to do. Everyone uses connections in their life for one reason or another. When you're looking to hire someone, you want to hire someone maybe that you think has a good character, that will be a good person. All connections are part of life, part of it. The mob is part of life, if it were real. That being said, don't freaking lie about it. Just come out and be honest. Just be like, look, I'm the mayor of the city. I want to go see a freaking Knicks game, and I got plenty of money, and I'm going to go see a Knicks game. Just be honest about it.
Right.
I feel like people would actually respect that. And I think that's one of the things they do respect about Trump. He's just like, yeah, I guess everything in my house is gold. So what? I want it to be gold, so it's gold. That's why, because I'm rich.
Right, it's ridiculous, but that's his choice. Yeah. That's his choice of decorating.
It is. That's true.
It's funny. It's really funny.
Now, I don't know. Part of me thinks he was up in the stands, took a high seat because Michael Bloomberg was courtside, and his background is something that not exactly favored by Mamdani. Knicks guard. Nick, he was almost assassinated by a Knicks player. Knicks guard nearly wipes out Michael Bloomberg diving for loose ball. If you saw this, it's very funny. He just gets absolutely. You could kind of see him. He's in the blue, balding there, kind of sitting down next to the guy in the orange jersey, and he just gets obliterated on this play, which is funny because Bloomberg's another guy who's trying to control everything about your life as he's a billionaire. He doesn't want you to have a gun. No. You can't get a gun in New York, despite how freaking crazy it is there. Yet, of course, he has security around.
Well, let's be honest. Bloomberg would have opened fire had he had a gun on him in this moment.
Probably would have.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
They didn't allow that, apparently. There's more. I want to tell you what would happen outside the stadium because that actually got really, really ugly.
I just want to see Tim's outfit.
Tim's outfit.
Little outfit.
It's so dumb. It's like I don't want to just be the old guy who hates all the younger generation of stars. I don't necessarily want to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy here in just a moment. When people buy a house, they spend weeks and weeks and weeks researching everything. They'll look into the school district. They'll look at the crime stats. They'll look at the age of the roof and the condition of the foundation and whether the previous owner did anything weird involving a chainsaw, in like a DIY renovation YouTube video.
How many Indians on HB1 visas were living in the house just before he moved in?
Is that what they're doing
16 to 35.
16 to wow, that's a lot.
There's a lot in there.
That's a wide range too.
Yep.
I feel like 16 seems fine. 35, that seems a
lot of people.
A little too much. After you do all the research, you spend about 30 seconds choosing a real estate agent. That seems to be the wrong thing to do, because the house, of course, only negotiates against you if it's like haunted or something. The seller is going to negotiate against you every single time, and you need a real estate agent on your side. I keep saying this. And I've said this for years. You need a buyer's agent when you're going into a transaction. You can't just you can't use the agent of who's selling the house. Get someone on your side to make sure you have somebody pushing back, or it's one-sided negotiation. RealestateAgentsITrust.com can help you find the best agent. They've got the best agents wherever you are, anywhere in America, whether you're buying your first home or you're upgrading to something bigger or you're downsizing or you're relocating or you're having the right agent in your corner. It's going to be like the biggest difference maker of this entire situation, whether there's 16 or 35 different H-1B visa holders living in that particular establishment. The neighborhood matters, but so does the person helping you navigate all of this. So go to realestateagentsitrust.com. It's realestateagentsitrust.com, a free service to you. Take advantage of it. That name kind of says it all. It's realestateagentsitrust.com. Okay, a little bit more here on the things that actually annoyed us, because I don't even know if we got to all the irritating things that happened at the Knicks game. Here's every celebrity spotted at Game 3 of the Knicks. I want you to pay particular attention to the photo there, which is Timothée Chalamet in this outfit, which was like, I don't even know how to describe it.
John Malkovich in Rounders.
Yeah. It's this bizarre
sitting there eating Oreos.
This weird orange outfit. Now, again, it's a Knicks game. He's wearing Knicks colors, but it was just a really irritating, like half jacket, half parka, half jacket. Weird like parachute pants. You can't see all of it on that particular photo. But
is he with his girl?
I thought they broke up. Is that accurate? I believe there was some development
with
recently.
That chick. What's her name?
One of the Kardashians, right?
No.
Kylie Jenner. Yeah.
Kylie Jenner?
Kardashians. That counts as a Kardashian, right?
Yeah,
Kylie Jenner?
It definitely counts as a Kardashian. That's my mistake.
Okay.
Oh, they broke up?
Did they break up? Can we fact check
Well,
that?
if these two kids can't make it, who can?
Who can? That's right. I thought I read that.
They all have such a great track record.
I know.
Even the mom. Dead husband. The next one cut his penis off.
Is also gone.
Boy, that's got to be a weird one.
Yeah.
Oh, he left and sawed his genitals off to make sure we could never reconnect.
Yeah, that's a...
He's happier now. She.
And by the way, when we want to make very clear, she's beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Caitlyn Jenner is beautiful. One of the most beautiful women in the world. I want to make sure everyone knows that.
Yes.
Because if people thought we were skeptical about that, Dave, oh, wow, they'd be coming for us immediately.
Yes. And her brother, Bruce, should never, ever be convicted of manslaughter.
No, definitely, because he never did anything wrong. Not at all. Maybe that's honestly the reason why this exchange happened.
It is.
It's like, hey, let's get away from these charges.
He doubt-fired himself. We all know. He put on a disguise, and they were like, oh, I guess we can't do anything. He's a lady.
He's a lady now. Okay, here are the people who were at the game. Donald Trump, we talked about. Spike Lee, he's at every one of these
Every
games.
game.
Timothée Chalamet, just irritating. And he seems like a good actor. I didn't see. Did you see the ping pong movie?
Marty Supreme?
Yeah,
I saw half of it.
Yeah, not good.
It's fine.
Okay, because
overrated.
Overrated. Okay,
My
I wanted to
opinion.
see it, and then everybody I talked to was like, "eh." So I have not actually seen.
Yeah, you know the ping pong part of Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Okay, imagine it's 2.5 hours long,
God.
and a guy from Shark Tank's in it.
That sounds terrible, dude.
That's the movie.
Okay, all right. Josh Safdie, I don't know who that is. I guess he was a director of Marty Supreme.
Yes.
There you go. Ben Stiller, whoever only heard really bad things about in a personal capacity.
Yeah, I really liked his movies and his show for a long time.
Ben Stiller's show's legendary sketch comedy show.
He hasn't apologized for Tropic Thunder, though, so I do like that about him.
I do like that. That's true. Tina Fey, she's been in a lot of these. Tracy Morgan, Chris Rock, John McEnroe. Larry David, who is a big Knicks fan, and I had heard didn't want to go to the games because he thought he would jinx them, and then I was gone to this game, and they lost. So we'll see how that there's a whole episode of a series coming soon, I'm
That's
sure.
the best.
Mariska Hargitay, Christopher Maloney, SVU star.
No idea.
You don't know Law & Order SVU, Special Victims Unit?
Is that the
This is the show,
the
dude.
sex one with Ice-T?
I think that's the most amazing concept for a show. Like, what if we did an hour in prime time once a week where we show a bunch of rapes? What if it's a 40-year series where every week we show America another rape?
One of my favorite bits ever. Have you ever heard John Mulaney's bit on that?
No.
He's talking about how every episode Ice-T's like, hold on. So this is a guy who likes kids, and he's like, you work for a sex crimes unit.
That's the whole thing.
The whole thing is the yes,
Yes.
Ice-T.
Yes. Who would have thought Ice-T would not pick up that trend? But that's apparently what happened in the show.
He's known for Cop Killer and then playing a cop in New Jack City and a cop on SVU.
Yes.
Law and Order.
New Jack City, another classic, by the way.
I love that movie.
I watched that movie a million times.
Love that
in
movie.
high school. Okay, Derek Jeter, Eli Manning, Jay-Z, not Joe, but Fat Joe was there.
Oh, I know Fat Joe, yeah.
Fat Joe was
Rapper.
there. DJ Khaled, Zohran Mamdani up in the rafters.
Ooh.
Jon Stewart, Patrick Ewing, Jeremy Lin making an appearance. Lynn
Oh.
Sanity in the house. Danhausen, who's a WWE guy. Cardi B. I don't know if this is true, but I heard someone say, I don't know if this is true.
She bought 2 seats.
No, that may also be true.
She's got a big.
I had heard. Tell
mean
me
that
if
as
this
a
is
negative.
true. I needed this fact checked by our wonderful staff. Can we fact check this claim? So I read, and again, this is just a tweet. So I want to know if this is true. But I heard that Charles Barkley said Cardi B more like Cardi D's.
I hope so.
Did he say that on the air?
I hope it's
It's
true.
a fantastic line if he did. So there's all the people that were there. They were all the Knicks celebrity fandom's a little bit. A lot of people jumping on the bandwagon. I mean, look, Spike Lee had been there a million times.
Oh, he's always been a
He's
fan,
always
though.
there.
Yeah.
Through the bad years to the good years, you give him respect as a fan.
It's like Jack
even Chalamet, I
Nicholson
think.
going to the LA Lakers.
Lakers, right. I get that. But then there's a lot of this sort of jumping on the bandwagon right now, which is fine, I guess. But it's especially because they're paying up to $1 million for 2 seats. The Knicks auctioned off for, I guess, charity, 2 celebrity row seats for $1 million, actually over $1 million for Game 3. And then they
know
watched
who
their
bought
team
them?
lose. No, I don't think it's.
Oh, that's
in the
awesome.
article. To watch, because I will say,
I hope he sat there and hated it.
you spend a lot of money for tickets to something and you want to experience that victory and then you lose. This is, by the way, not to cross streams a little bit too much here today,
Right.
but on prediction markets.
Because we did it earlier in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, that was fun.
It was.
And by the way, there's a cleanup.
Yeah.
If we could just get management.
But I won.
in there. I use prediction markets to hedge my life.
Sure.
When I'm going to like an Eagles game, if the Eagles are going to lose that game, I'm not paying for those tickets. I want to be refunded. So I go in there, you take a prediction market position against your team, and then if you win, you don't care about losing the money.
Because you won.
Because you won, you watch your team win. But if you lose, you get paid for your pain.
See, I just go for the
gotta get over
experience.
this.
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah, that's
I just go for.
yourself.
I'm from Detroit. What team am I going to go see to win?
Yeah, it's a good point. By the way, Detroit Pistons #1 seed this year. I mean, they had a shot.
They did have a shot.
did have a
And
shot.
as usual, we get disappointed where I'm from.
Disappointment. Deep
Which is a shame. We don't get to see our people being punched in the face on the streets of New York.
Yes.
Actually, I would like to see them try.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that in Detroit. You want to do this in Detroit. This watch party turning ugly in Manhattan. Let me give you a couple of these highlights. This is a kick streamer, not Graham Plattner, but Lenny Miller, who's out there with a friend, and you see a San Antonio jersey.
I'm sorry, people are streaming on a pedo website?
I don't know if it's the same. They say kick streamer. That's what I remember. That was the Graham Plattner
It was.
hustle site, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe this is a different one.
Maybe like some other sites.
That's got to be a
like we
weird-
learned with OnlyFans recently. It doesn't have to be nudity at all. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just knitting. I don't
Yeah.
know. People
That's
are
true.
a fan of knitting.
Oh
here.
boy, you're all watching me today, watching the game. It's just this pervert with a thin mustache. Looks comb over and chemically castrated. We're going to watch the big game, aren't we, kids?
Here is what happened outside the stadium.
He's just following that shirtless young man with his camera.
I think the shirtless young man is the streamer.
I'm about to die. I'm about to die.
That's what I was told.
I gotta get through.
Is it fair that I hope he gets hurt?
The shirtless guy or the Spurs fan?
Shirtless
Is
guy.
this purple or is this purple? Yo, is this purple?
Well, you did just put your hands on a random guy, so you kind of deserve to get your, yeah.
In chaos. But, again,
Oh, if these guys jumping in his way, that's different.
and then they really start going after this guy. And he's taking a beating here because of his jersey, which this is converting me into a Spurs fan. I'm annoyed at the Spurs because they are just America's best basketball team at winning the lottery. Like
Yes.
that's basic. They're in the finals because they won the lottery for Wemby and then improved their position in the lottery 2 other times for Castle and Harper. Like they built their entire team on ping pong balls.
Yeah.
It's really annoying. They've done it before, by the way, too, with Tim Duncan back in the. So it's like they're irritating to me in that way.
Oh, you mean like the Yankees, who not at all ever built a team off of money?
Well, money's different than just ping pong balls.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like, okay, you lucked out with multiple drawings of ping pong balls. That's a little irritating to me. But watching what's happened to these fans who are just out there trying to enjoy their team and then getting beat up for it. Here's more.
It's
chaos
evil.
on the street.
I mean, it's moronic.
Yeah, watch this. People throwing stuff at the Spurs fan, beating them up in the street. I saw a video of a guy with just a bloody nose having to take off his jersey. Looked like he had a concussion. It's just awful. And it just makes me say, screw the Knicks. I'd rather see the Spurs win, honestly, after this sort of nonsense. Spurs did not do this to any Knicks fans outside the stadium. That didn't happen.
Of course not.
Because this is insane.
It's because it's New York.
Yes.
But it's also, because, it's a ton of transplants. It's a ton of people that aren't really from New York. A lot of people are causing problems. And it's...
Yeah, I'd say it's probably a lot of locals, too.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
In this situation. I think it is the attitude of New York. And you kind of like the tough, rough and tumble New York vibe, at least in theory. But when it's actually hurting real people who did nothing wrong, I kind of dislike it, Dave.
It's disgusting. I mean, it's like in Michigan State. I remember some people would riot and light trash cans on fire and burn stuff down, if Michigan State won or lost.
Right. Either outcome. If they tied, everything was just serene.
I just don't like the idea. One time we were at the Lions Thanksgiving game. And this dude was in a Green Bay Packers jersey, and we're just like 10 of my friends are sitting behind him, and he's like, "Hey, can you? Do you mind if my kid hangs out here while I go to the bathroom?" We're like, "Yeah, go ahead." So the kid's like 10, and then the Lions fan in front of him was like this drunk big dude turns around and is like, "Green Bay sucks!" Like starts to a child.
Yes,
and my brother goes, "If you do it again, I'm gonna knock your teeth in." And the guy's like, "What's your problem? Like, what, you and who else?" And he's like, "All of us, all 10 of us." And the guy's like, the guy turned around and was just like mopey and all angry and drunk until he finally left 10 minutes later. But if you behave like this in public, you don't deserve. I guess I don't know if you're allowed to say on YouTube, but you shouldn't be alive.
No,
I'll say it that way.
You should get your butt kicked at least.
Well, you should get your ass whooped. Yeah. If it takes 20 of you to take somebody down, that's pathetic.
Yeah.
If you see somebody getting hurt and your instinct is to pile on top of it,
oh my God,
you're a moron.
And
you have no ability to control yourself.
You see this all the time at these liberal rallies, right? Where conservative reporters in there maybe, or someone just asking questions and maybe trying to stir it up a little bit in discourse, and then they wind up getting a brick to the head,
right?
And it's just like, I don't know, you're a psychopath if you do that sort of stuff. I love sports. I love my teams. I despise the Cowboys. I live in Dallas. I got to deal with Cowboys fans all the time, and I never, ever, ever go past slitting their tires. I would never go past that.
Of course, I don't either.
Right, it would be wrong.
I just shoot them off of horses.
Well, yeah, but that's a whole nother situation.
Is that a different?
Yeah, it's a different genre of cowboy.
Different cowboy.
Yeah, it's like the ones you go watch at Chippendales.
Oh. Well, I like to shoot them off their horses too.
All right, let's take a break and forget what Dave just said.
Pummel.
Okay, so election night tonight. There's a primary going on. I would say the big draw is Maine. Graham Plattner is going to, I think, lock down the Democratic nomination.
Why wouldn't he?
What has he done other than have a Nazi tattoo? And I was listening
to kids.
I listened to a New York Times report about their own story on the Graham Plattner thing, and they're like, there was nothing that really went over the line. I'm like, in the story, first of all, he got the Nazi tattoo. I would say that's over some line,
right?
But one of the accusations is he put a woman's arm behind her back, hurt her, and then held her in a closed room by blocking the door and not letting her leave.
Correct.
When did that not cross a line? I'm sorry. Is this happening to New York Times reporters all the time?
Ike Turner handbook. It's perfectly fine.
Exactly. It is like Ike Turner-like behavior.
It is.
I mean, they're like, well, he didn't punch her. Like, wait, what am I listening to? Is this the New York Times? Women on the New York Times. Well, he never great. Oh, great.
Defense.
Good job, Graham.
What, he's not even punch her in the face.
Yeah.
Pretty gentlemanly, if you ask me.
I know. God, what are these women going through in their lives? You should not accept that behavior. Not even close to a line, honestly.
No.
So that's going on tonight. You've got a really interesting race on the Republican side for governor of South Carolina.
Yes.
5 different candidates within like 4 or 5 points of each other. And so I have no idea what's going to happen there. That's going to be a fascinating one. There's a bunch of stuff that's interesting. PredictableShow.com if you want to check some of that out, or on the YouTube page. I will also say we have the race going on in Texas. James Talarico is the candidate from the Democratic side going up against Ken Paxton. And one of the things, Dave, that's happened with Talarico is, you're trying to win in Texas. You don't necessarily, I will say, as a person who, I'm a vegetarian, America's only conservative vegetarian.
Yes.
It's not the most popular stance to take in Texas.
No.
Where like.
Not even at this very table.
Exactly. People don't like me, is what I'm trying to tell you. So I know I couldn't win in Texas as a candidate, largely because of that stance. Now, veganism is a little bit different, but I guess James Talarico at one point was a vegan. He's now claiming he's not a vegan. He's trying to sell this to voters. I swear, I really like barbecue. This is where he is now. This is funny. Talarico using Barbecue Stop to push back on vegan attacks. Vegan attacks.
Oh, that is really... They're just at the point now where they're trying to make him look heterosexual.
Yeah.
I think the problem is right after that picture, he just swallowed a bunch of sausages whole.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to eat.
Yeah,
this,
they're like,
James.
look, this isn't how you're supposed to do it. You're just making this worse. He's like, what? I said, I've never had this before.
No, don't bring it back out and put it back in again. No,
It just seems natural.
Over and over again. No.
Why are you putting on knee pads to eat barbecue? This doesn't make any sense.
Oh God, it's so true. What the guy?
He just Lady in the Tramps it with one of his friends.
And it ends in just a very nice, slow, lengthy kiss.
Yes.
But so
very lengthy.
Very lengthy. The person who tweeted this kind of hit what you're talking about. He said, closeted gay guy yells loudly of his love of huge boobies is the caption. Because it just does not look authentic.
No.
It does not in any way look authentic, Dave. How do they not know this is going to fail?
He has 3 cornbreads, and it looks like he couldn't tackle part of one.
It's true.
It looks like he's just going to go right to my thighs.
You know what it is? He's dainty. That is the word that I would use to describe James Talarico. He's dainty. And I just feel like in Texas, like a guy like Graham Plattner might have a chance in Texas where he's, when he's not, breaking women's arms. But I mean, if he came out and without
he
the
looks
abuse
like
and the Nazi
wild
tattoo,
Biff Tannen, so it's possible.
Yeah, you'd be like, this guy's a rancher or something. This guy looks like a dainty teacher. I just don't see how it's going to connect.
He looks like a malnourished middle school teacher from Vermont.
But he likes barbecue.
He doesn't.
Especially
faking
sausages. Okay, take a break. Back in a second. All right, you're going to love joining BlazeTV. I really think you will. It's a great community and a great group of hosts and content. I think you're going to get great election coverage going into the election here as well. So join us at blazetv.com/Stu and Dave. The code is Stu and Dave. You'll save $20 off your subscription. We'd love to have you on board. And we'd like to read your comments as well. So put them in the feed as you're watching. There's a live chat. You can throw it in there as well, and we'll check those out. I also want to have a couple of clarifications, and we always lead with our mistakes, which is why I'm putting this in the last 30 seconds of the show. Number one, apparently Chalamet did not break up with his girlfriend.
Okay.
I was wrong on that. I don't know why I read that. Number two, Charles Barkley did say Cardi D's about Cardi B. That was a real thing, apparently.
And Cardi B may have assaulted several several Spurs fans outside.
Yes, may have.
That's alleged.
Well, we'll have a correction on that on tomorrow's show.
Yes.
Also, don't go to I would say go to DaveLandau.com. Get your
Freudian
tickets.
slip.
I know. Whatever you do, don't go there. It's just absolutely terrible. And PredictableShow.com is even worse. Don't go to either one. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Good night.